So this is an Alto by Safari Condo, and for my money, it's the best travel trailer on the market. Top to bottom, inside and out, front to back, it can't be beat. And one of the things I like best about it is that because it's got this high roof line on it, I can walk end to end in there without ducking down or diving or hitting my head on things. But what's also really cool about it is this whole roof lowers down so it fits into a standard garage. Now for most people, their garages are 84 inches high and you can just roll this thing right in without a problem. My garage is a little bit shorter, coming in about 82 and a half inches, which means I got to do a trick or two, and that's what I'm going to show you today. So using just a jack stand and a dolly plate down there, I'm going to move this whole Alto right into my garage and store it for the season. Help me along the way is going to be a caravan mover. You don't need to have one of these, but if you have it, you're going to want to use it. It makes everything easier, and if you don't have one, look at adding one in. I put mine on there. I bought an aftermarket one by Ego and installed it in no time, and it is absolutely worth the money. But for right now, I'm going to turn this thing around and let's get it moved into the garage. Okay, so I backed it up, not quite into the garage yet, but just starting to get lined up because I've got some indents on my door and part of the garage door hanger hangs down the middle, so I need to get lined up. But it's lined up now. And so what I want to do now is actually raise this front tongue so I can get the jack stand under there. Do that by cranking it up. And that's one reason I want to make sure I don't get too far into the garage, so as I lift this, the Alto doesn't actually hit the top of the garage door. Once I get it lifted up, and it doesn't have to be a ton, take one of these jack stands, slide it under there, make sure it's locked in place, and lower the tongue now after it's locked to make sure the weight's in there, and you see the wheel will start picking up off the ground. Now I have two jack stands. They come in sets of two, and I used to do both, but I find one does the job, and it's not off the ground very often. But if you're going to leave it for an extended, I'd put one on this side, and I'd put one on the other side just to be safe. Now that the wheel's up, I'm going to go and take the wheel off. Now you may notice that I have a caravan mover, and so why aren't I using the pneumatic wheels? I find on hard surfaces like asphalt or concrete, this hard plastic wheel turns better, maneuvers better, and I only use the pneumatic wheels when I'm on grass, dirt, gravel, or other soft, muddy surfaces. Alright, with that off, I now take this dolly plate. You can get on Amazon. I got it at a local hardware store. I think it cost me about 12 bucks, 15 bucks. Came in a set of two. They're real handy. I set this under here. And now I have to transfer the weight of the tongue from the jack stand onto this dolly plate. And so you lower it. Doo-doo-doo. And there it goes. Now it is floating on that. I can take the jack stand away. Now to get the Alto as low as it'll possibly go, I'm going to lower this tongue all the way down. And while it doesn't seem like much, going from the dolly wheel to this dolly plate gets me probably, I haven't measured it, but somewhere in the area of an inch, maybe an inch and a half. And that's what I need, because if you remember, most garage doors are 84. Mine is 82 and a half inches. And without doing this, it wouldn't fit. It gets close, but it would scrape. Alright, that's all the way down. That's as low as it goes. You'll notice that these get very close to the ground, so if you have those, you might want to watch. I haven't had mine hit, but I can see if you had an uneven surface, it may. So now I'm going to take the caravan mover and work it the rest of the way back into my garage. Alright, here's one last little tip, called a pro tip if you want. My garage floor is about an inch or so higher than my driveway because my driveway is sunk and pulled away a little bit. So you see this gap right down here. For that reason, before I pull it all the way in, I put the hard plastic wheel back on instead of the dolly plate. Bigger wheel will roll over that lip a lot easier. Now I've done it with the dolly plate and it works, but this just gives me a little more confidence. And besides, when I store it in here, I like to have it on this wheel. It's just easier to maneuver around because I actually push it sideways. That's something maybe I'll show you in another video. But right now, we'll just take it the rest of the way back in. And there you have it. Alto in my garage through an 82.5-inch door using a jack stand, plate dolly, and a little bit of trickery in time. Hope this helps. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out.